Honestly, I don't know if it's the fact that I don't know if it's the fact that um I don't know if it's the fact that I have a different opinion. I don't know if it's the fact that I just don't see things the way I did. Like, I don't know what the expectation is, but what I do know is what I do know is that there was a point where I honestly would not have I would not have definitely, like, there was a point where I don't want to say against streaming on YouTube and, just moving away from the idea of doing it, but there was definitely an idea of, do I need to? Would it be better just to stick to Twitch and stick to posting actual videos on YouTube and not, streaming? But I think it's just the motivation. I think it was just like something negatively affected my motivation. Something negatively affected, the ideology and everything. And just, it just negatively affected every aspect of what I was doing. And with that dissipating, it went back to the idea of actually recording. Actually recording again and, streaming again. And that's why we're doing this. But that's also, I've done this before, but from what I remember, I think when I did this before, it was a 15-minute Ironman match. It wasn't an hour. It wasn't, I mean, yeah, maybe I should have put it at WrestleMania, but Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels recreating history is still recreating history, whether it's at WrestleMania or just in the Raw arena. The arena aside, it doesn't really matter. But the arena aside, it doesn't really matter. It's the match that matters more. Did I expect to be streaming at 4:45 in the afternoon? Honestly, no. Normally, when I'm streaming on YouTube, it's later. It's not now. But what do you want me to do? I didn't really know what there was to do, so I basically just chose YouTube as opposed. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I know is count out, crossbody. The fact of the matter is these two had the first Iron Man match in WWE history at WrestleMania 12, and on Sunday, March 5th, Bryan Danielson and Maxwell Jacob Friedman will have the first Iron Man match in AEW history. Hey, Hunter, good to see you again, buddy. Not too much. How you doing? But I, for one, always love recreating history, as I've... What was the other match I did? Or was this the match I did? I can't remember. Shawn Michaels spills over the top rope with Bret Hart as both men spill to the outside with a clothesline from HBK. HBK goes to the top rope. Big elbow drop, but Bret Hart moves. Bret Hart moves. German suplex throws Michaels across the ring. But yeah, hope everything's going well, Honor. Good to see you, buddy. The first pinfall or submission takes place 5 minutes in with a sharpshooter. Shawn Michaels kicks out right after because Bret Hart tried to get multiple pinfalls off of the sharpshooter. Snake eyes across the top rope, dropping him throat first across the top rope. HBK creates some distance between him and the Hitman. Bret Hart, suicide dive to the outside, takes down HBK. Bret with a trademark, vintage Bret Hart with that maneuver. Drops the knee across the face of Shawn Michaels. Again, drops the knee across the face of Shawn Michaels. He goes for it a third time, but HBK moves out of the way. Crossbody block. Jawbreaker by HBK. As these two are fighting on the outside. But they gotta get back in the ring. Because the countout is a thing in the Ironman match. Northern Light reversal from the fisherman. What looked like it was going to be a fisherman suplex. Reverse DDT into a variation of a backbreaker. Bret Hart is now pounding away on HBK, but both these guys got to get back in the ring. HBK is struggling. He's got to get back into this matchup. I know there's 54 minutes left, but the fact of the matter is, he's got to get back in this match. Otherwise, he may have something that makes it a little too hard for him to come back from. But he's tuning up the band as HBK. HBK with the sweet chin music. But Bret Hart is too close to the ropes. Bret Hart is too close to the ropes. And the Heartbreak Kid has to deal with the fact that the Hitman is too close to the ropes. Fist drop off the top by HBK. Shawn Michaels with a Hurricane Rana takes over Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels tried to scratch in, and he's getting it. He's regretting it now. He got dropped by a pile driver from the Hitman, but he kicks out like it's nothing. Shawn Michaels tried to take advantage of an opportunity, putting his feet on the ropes and trying to screw Bret Hart. But now Bret Hart is getting it back at him, as Bret Hart's got him locked in the sharpshooter once again, and this might be another submission victory for the Hitman. Another submission victory for the Hitman, as Bret Hart beats Shawn Michaels and is now up 2-0. Bret avoids Shawn. Crossbody block by the Hitman. Leg drop by the Hitman. Bret Hart is taking it to Shawn Michaels right now, but HBK once again finds a way to kick out very easily. Bret Hart sends Michaels back body drop. Bret goes to the top rope. Bret's stalling for HBK to get off the top rope, to get up. Bret with a big double axe handle off the top rope. He's attacking HBK. HBK with the nip up. Bret avoids the lariat. Michaels avoids the punch. Crossbody block. HBK won. No. Bret Hart kicks out. Double axe handle to the back of the neck of the Hitman. Hurricane Rana by HBK. Clothesline sends Bret Hart to the outside. We saw Shawn Michaels dive to the outside earlier, but HBK is going out more normal this time. And he sends Bret ribs first and knees first into the steel stairs. But Shawn Michaels is still down 2-0 as 10 minutes is about to elapse in this hour-long Ironman matchup. No! It looked like a German suplex, but Shawn Michaels avoids it. Bret Hart avoids it. Bret with a swinging neckbreaker on HBK. Bret, he's attacking the arm of the Heartbreak Kid. Knee drop to the arm. What the heck? I think he just pulled him up by his hair. HBK kicks out at the count of 1. At least this time, Bret got a 1 count. Bret is going for the sharpshooter once again. And once again, is this going to be enough for the Hitman to get a 3rd submission win? And at this point, with the amount of damage he's done to the back of the Heartbreak Kid, it is pretty obvious that Bret Hart gets another victory. Bret looked for the double axe handle again, but HBK with a lariat to the back of the neck of the Hitman. Flying forearm, nip up. He's tuning up the band again, but is this gonna be? Is Bret Hart gonna be too close to the ropes? No, sweet chin music. And Bret Hart kicked out. Bret Hart kicked out of the super kick. Bret Hart kicked out of the super kick from the Heartbreak Kid. Bret Hart gets stomped on the just right across the mush. Spontaneous, sweet chin music, and the Heartbreak Kid collapses on the Hitman. And the sweet chin music, the 3rd sweet chin music of this Iron Man match, is enough to take the Hitman down. Shawn, I don't know what he was going for there, but Bret Hart reverses it. Bret hits him with a lariat, takes down the Heartbreak Kid. 1. No. HBK kicks out at the count of 1. Hey, Leash. It's me streaming on YouTube. I don't stream on YouTube nearly as much as I do on Twitch, but I stream here and there on YouTube. I don't know why I can't reverse the sharpshooter. It is another victory. Reverse that one. Good to see you, Leash. Three off the elbow. And... oh, I almost got him. Honestly, Leash, it's rare that somebody is here from Twitch. Because usually people on Twitch don't know that I don't put out there that I don't put out there when I stream on YouTube. Because it doesn't really matter to me how many people are watching it. Because I will stream on YouTube either way. It's just that more people seem to be entertained by WWE on YouTube as opposed to WWE on Twitch. He reversed it. What? That's not good. Reverse me again. I mean, I don't know if you would call that a swinging neck breaker, but it looked like one. Russian leg sweep reversal. I didn't even know I went for the pinfall. That's a disadvantage. The fisherman suplex. The fisherman suplex. Kick out. Of course, he kicks off of that. He kicks out of that, but he doesn't kick out when I do the when I surprise him with a Russian leg sweep. Excuse me. Missed the big splash, and I kick out. I don't know if it's above his eye or below his eye, but either way, HBK is busted open. And it looks like Bret Hart may be going for... I think Bret might have been going for another sharpshooter again. He takes Michaels down with a clothesline. HBK gets out of the way. He's going for the fisherman suplex again, but Bret Hart reverses it. HBK's only landed the fisherman suplex once. He's only landed the fisherman suplex once. Every other time Bret Hart has reversed it. Or twice, sorry. The other 2 times Bret's reversed it. Release German suplex. Release German suplex by the Heartbreak Kid. He stalls for Bret to get up, and he sends Bret into the steps. HBK is attacking the announcer's table. HBK is attacking the announcer's table. I was very confident that Bret Hart would come outside. I was very confident that Bret Hart would join me on the outside, and that I wouldn't get counted out. Shawn is putting Bret on the announcer's table. Shawn is still down 1. And he hits the big elbow off the top rope. He's back up. Bret Hart's back up. How is Bret Hart back up after such a big maneuver? HBK used his finishing move to put him through the announcer's table. He used his finishing move to put him through the announcer's table. I do apologize, by the way, chat. I'm setting up plans for tomorrow because I am going out for my birthday on Tuesday. Tomorrow. So that's what the little bit of a distraction was. HBK's trying for the simple. He's trying for the roll up. 2, 3. HBK ties it up, but he gets tripped up, and Bret's looking for it. HBK blocks him. Bret, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Bret Hart has him set up. Sharpshooter, sharpshooter, sharpshooter. Right in the middle of the ring. This has got to be it. It's now 5-4. HBK finally tied up the game, but Bret Hart had one in the chamber and used it to defeat the Heartbreak Kid and keep a 1 pinfall victory. Or a 1 pinfall lead, I should say. Not a 1 pinfall victory. Swinging neckbreaker by the Heartbreak Kid. And he attacks the forehead of the Hitman once again. Bret Hart Irish whip sends Shawn into the corner. Plants him. Scoop slam. Scoop slam out of the corner. And he's going for a lot of repress. One. No. Shawn still. I mean, the conditioning of the Heartbreak Kid is unlike anyone else in the WWE. Even after 20 minutes, Shawn Michaels is still kicking out like it was nothing. Shawn reverses the Hitman. And both men go spilling to the outside of the ring as Shawn Michaels takes them over with a Cactus Jack clothesline. He sends Bret into the ring, into the guardrail. And he drops Bret back first onto the barricade. He drops Bret Hart back first onto the barricade. I think he was trying to ram him face first into the steps, but I don't know if that's possible. Drop kick takes down the Hitman. Drop kick takes down the Hitman. Shawn with a power slam on the outside. Sweet chin music. Sweet chin music takes down the Hitman on the outside. And Bret Hart, confusion cost Bret Hart a victory. Confusion costs Bret Hart a victory as Bret Hart is counted out and Shawn Michaels takes the easy way out to gain himself a victory in the Ironman matchup to tie things up with him and the Hitman. Crossbody block out of the corner from HBK. No! Shawn Michaels gets caught and rib breaker by the Hitman. Elbow off the ropes. The vintage Bret Hart hits the vintage Bret Hart maneuver. And Shawn kicks out at the count of 2. I think even with HBK's conditioning, the match might be getting to him. Shawn reverses the sharpshooter. Shawn reverses what I expected to be the sharpshooter. Sweet chin music from out of nowhere. He falls on the Hitman, but he's too close to the ropes. He's too close to the ropes as Bret Hart. Bret Hart is too close to the ropes as both these men are showing what it means to be in an Ironman match. Both these men are showing what it means to wrestle for an hour. Bret is now busted open. Bret is now busted open, and he joins HBK as both men are bleeding. Bret with a vintage backbreaker. Trademark Bret Hart maneuver with the backbreaker. One. No. Bret Hart. I mean, I don't know if I was you, but if I was Bret Hart, I'd be getting a little frustrated if it was me. Shawn goes for something, but Bret Hart reverses him and nips up arm drag. Takes down the Hitman. Takes down HBK. HBK gets reversed again. He's got to stop going for that crossbody block. Rib breaker takes him down again, and Bret Hart goes out again to the arm of the Heartbreak Kid. Elbow to the face. And Michaels is too close to the ropes now, so Bret Hart gets a taste of his own medicine with rope break. He attacks the cut of the HBK of the Heartbreak Kid. He attacks the cut of Shawn Michaels, and Shawn's cut looks to be getting worse from what I can see. The Hitman reverses what I would presume to have been the pile driver. Sean blocks him. Sweet chin music. But is Bret Hart too close to the ropes? Is Bret Hart too close to the ropes? The answer to the question is no. He was too far away. And HBK, for the first time this matchup, the Heartbreak Kid is now in the lead for the first time in this match. But now Sean has got him up top. Sean's got him up top. And Bret reverses him again. Bret reversed him earlier. And Bret reverses HBK again. I don't know if it was mistimed or maybe HBK was too far away, but Bret Hart mistimes that crossbody block. Sean drops him with a Russian leg sweep. HBK's going to the top rope. Big elbow off the top. Vintage Shawn Michaels. And that cut looks to be taking over most of the Heartbreak Kid's face. And now Sean is up by 2. Small package. Small package. And Sean kicked out. Sean kicked out. Knife edge chop. Knife edge chop by the Heartbreak Kid. And now he's tuning up the band. Sean wants to be up by 3. Sean wants to be up by 3. Sweet chin music. Fist drop. Fist drop. And Sean drills it home. 2, 3. Bret reverses the punches. Running bulldog by the Hitman. I know, Leash. I know it's not Twitch. It's not the same. I know it's not the same thing. It's I don't even know if there's emotes, to be honest with you. I don't think there is. Oh, there is emotes. Interesting. I guess they gotta have something. I don't know. I know very little about YouTube. And about streaming. That's why 90% of the time it doesn't really matter to me who's watching or if anybody is. That's pretty much the only reason why I don't put up when I'm streaming on YouTube, because 90% of the time it's just spontaneous. And the other part of it is because 90% of the time I'm streaming WWE or some form of wrestling game. And I know that wrestling games don't normally catch on with people. Or not really, everybody's favorite game to watch. So that's why I don't necessarily jump at the opportunity to have people here, because number one, I don't know a lot about YouTube. And number two, it's the game where I don't know that a lot of people would want to watch. But I appreciate you being here, Leash. Or at least checking it out. But don't worry, Leash. It will never... don't worry. YouTube will never take over for Twitch. See, the variation with that pile driver is... That is a... I would think it's more of a spike pile driver, no? I would think it's more of a spike pile driver because of the fact that it's more direct to the ground, as opposed to the other pile driver where it's, stalled or, whatever. I mean, if I was Bret Hart, I know there's still a half hour left, but if I was Bret Hart, I would not just count. I was going to say, I would not count on my finisher being the only way I get wins. I mean, I don't know if it was the intensity, I don't know if it was the build-up, but definitely Tyler Bate and Finn Balor was a little bit more fun as far as them two having their Ironman series that I had with those two guys, or the Ironman series I had with those two guys, was a little bit more fun. But that also was on Twitch, on YouTube, but on YouTube in a different way. HBK gets caught and dropped with a rib breaker by Bret Hart. Is there anything specific you don't like about it, Leash? Or is it just because it's not what you're used to? Too close to the ropes for that submission. Stretch out your leg. Just stretch out your leg, Sean. Stretch out your leg and it would have been enough. Mistimed crossbody. Super kick. Super kick. Stunts. Super kick stunts the offense of the Hitman. A super kick stunts the offense of the Hitman. Why is Sean going under the ring? Sean can't... the weapons are not legal. Sean was going to use a chair, but Bret blocked it. Sean was going to use a chair, but Bret blocked it. Sean used the chair on the ref. Sean used the chair on the ref. Bret blocked the chair. Bret blocked the chair. Sean used the chair on the referee. And that was enough to get Sean disqualified. That kind of point... That doesn't really make any sense. I mean, I understand it. Maybe he was trying to use it on the referee to avoid having to use it. He was going to use it on the referee to try and avoid getting disqualified for using it on the Hitman. But if you're going to use it, why not use it on your active opponent instead of using it on the ref? Because now Bret Hart is only down by 1. The ref is now moving the chair out of the ring. Sean drops him again with the pile driver. But yeah, Leash, do you dislike anything specific, or is it just like what do you not like about it? Sean's going for the pile driver again, but the Hitman reverses it this time. The Hitman reverses it this time. Takes him down with a lariat. Michaels avoids it. Flying forearm by the Heartbreak Kid. Flying forearm by the Heartbreak Kid. The referee seems to be surprised that the turnbuckle pad was off. The referee is now redoing the turnbuckle pad. And Sean finally gets back body drop to the outside. Bret does a suicide dive that transforms into a splash, and somehow Shawn Michaels regains his composure. He regains his composure enough to block a follow-up from the Hitman. Sean is now wasting a little bit of time on the outside. Sean is now wasting a little bit of time on the outside. Hits Brett with another jawbreaker. The last time Sean thought he could beat Brett on the outside, Brett ended up surprising HBK and getting up a lot quicker from the announcer's table attack. Brett, it looked like Brett was going to return to the ring. Brett's returning to the ring. He returns to the ring to break the count, but HBK stays on the outside, and now he's sending Brett a little further up the rampway. Russian leg sweep on the metal part of the ramp. Or the steel part of the ramp. That does not feel good. I can only imagine. That does not feel good. These two men are now up the stage. Bret Hart is beating down Shawn Michaels up the stage. Bret Hart, you gotta figure that Bret Hart is out to break the count. Is Bret Hart gonna take the count out? Is Bret Hart gonna take the count out? Shawn's making his way back to the ring. Shawn is making his way back to the ring. Bret didn't want to take the count out. Bret didn't want to take the count out. If I was Bret Hart, I would have taken the count out. Shawn sends him into the barricade. Dropkick takes down the Hitman. I think Shawn just wants to waste a little bit of time because he knows he's up by 2. He just wants to waste a little bit of time, and he's doing that on the outside. A big backbreaker by Shawn Michaels. Sweet, no! Bret Hart reverses the sweet chin music. Suplex by the Hitman. Textbook suplex by Bret Hart. We still got, what? I don't know how to count. We just entered the 23-minute range. We are approaching 40 minutes elapsed in this 60-minute Ironman matchup. We are approaching 40 minutes gone. Fisherman suplex. HBK doesn't latch it on for the cover. HBK gets reversed again. Bret Hart saw the sweet chin music coming and reversed it that time. He blocks it from the Hitman. Hammer thrown to the ropes. Bret falls out of the corner. Hammer throw again. Shawn with the inverted atomic drop. And Bret reverses the scoop slam. Shawn gets leg tripped. And right into the sharpshooter. Right into the sharpshooter. Right into the sharpshooter. And Bret basically makes it easy and gets 11. It's now. Shawn is down by 1. Shawn kicks out easily. I also now would be the perfect time to announce that on April the 10th, starting on April 10th, the Twitch project will be making its way over to YouTube. It is the documentary that I've been working on for the better part of the last 2 years. And the fact of the matter is, it is finally time to release it. To start releasing it on April the 10th, starting on April 10th, with Sammy's part of the documentary, which I will announce the layout of the documentary as we get a little closer to April the 10th. But I do think Sammy's part of the documentary will be first, as I kind of set up Sammy's part of the documentary as the opening of the documentary. Or the Twitch project. So that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to use it as the opening. But we are now tied in the Ironman match as we are approaching 20 minutes, meaning, 20 minutes remaining, which means 40 minutes elapsed, 20 minutes to go. But Sean's too close to the ropes. For the first time, Sean has been saved from the sharpshooter. That is the first time that Sean was saved from the sharpshooter. Fist drop off the top, but Sean avoids it. Boot to the mush of the Hitman. Sean's going right up top. Sean's going right up top. Elbow! Elbow off the top. Elbow off the top. Sean's in the corner, tuning up the band. Sean is in the corner, tuning up the band. Sweet chin music. 1, 2, 3. Shawn Michaels, as we approach 40 minutes gone, Shawn Michaels gets hit with a tilt-a-roll backbreaker, but is up 1 on the Hitman as we approach 40 minutes gone. "40 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go. Bret hangs Sean up throat first across the top rope. I cannot believe the cut on the face of the Heartbreak Kid. Also, as I've mentioned in previous videos, but I don't know if I've mentioned recently, WWE 2K23 will be something I don't look to get until the summertime. Not for any reason, but I think there's still a little bit more left with WWE 2K22, so we're going to wait a little bit before we get 23. And we are now tied with 40 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go. We are tied 13-all. O'Connor roll by the Heartbreak Kid. O'Connor roll by the Heartbreak Kid. And Shawn Michaels steals another victory as the Heartbreak Kid is up 14-13. Sweet chin music from out of nowhere. Sweet chin music from out of nowhere. And the Heartbreak Kid is up by 2. And you got a very good close look at the blood forming on the faces of both these men. And the pain and suffering that both HBK and the Hitman have gone through in the last 40 minutes. Sean reverses whatever Bret was going for there. Bret reverses a right hand with a right hand of his own. Sends Sean into the corner. Sean reverses the Hitman. Swinging neckbreaker. Swinging neckbreaker takes down the Hitman. I think Sean thought he was going to have, that Bret was going to be too close to the ropes. So he let it go. Sean takes him over with a Cactus Jack Lariat. He takes him over the top. He takes him over the top with a Cactus Jack style lariat. Wait a second. Sean's going for the figure 4 leg lock on the outside. He's going for the figure 4 leg lock on the outside. I know these two men hate each other, but the fact of the matter is, why the hell would Shawn Michaels do this on the outside? He can't win. He can't get a victory on the outside. He's just doing it to inflict damage on the Hitman. He's just doing it to inflict damage on Bret the Hitman Hart. My God, what a gutless coward this Heartbreak Kid is. I don't know why in every match that I play, I normally play the heel. Maybe I like being hated. Atomic drop by the Hitman. Takes down Shawn Michaels as they're walking over the rubble from the announcer's table that Shawn Michaels put Bret Hart through earlier. Bret. A vertical suplex, a stalling vertical suplex by the Hitman. Dropping Shawn on the rubble to the announcer's table. These two may get counted out, who knows? I don't think Bret will let that happen as Shawn gets sent back into the ring. Bret is stalling. Bret may get himself counted out if he's not careful. Swinging neckbreaker takes down the Heartbreak Kid. Swinging neckbreaker takes down the Heartbreak Kid. Bret is still down by 2. As we're approaching 15 minutes, which means 45 minutes gone, 15 minutes to go, as Shawn kicks out from the scoop slam again. Bret goes up top. Axe handle. The elbow off the top. I would have gone for the cover if I was the Hitman, but instead, he wants to inflict damage. He wants to make Shawn regret having this matchup, and he's going for the sharpshooter as Shawn Michaels kicks out. Gives up. He doesn't kick out, he gives up. He drops the knee on the arm. Going back to the arm of the Heartbreak Kid is the Hitman. Bret Hart's going back up top. Bret with a big diving leg drop off the top. If I was the Hitman and I would have done it off the leg drop, I wouldn't have hesitated. Bret hesitated. Shawn kicked out at the count of 2. Somehow, someway, Shawn Michaels kicks out, and the frustration is finally showing in the Hitman. Fireman's carry takeover by Bret Hart. Shawn gets out of the way. Bret doesn't even hesitate. He follows him to the outside. Shawn sends him into the barricade. Hard camera side. Wait a second, Shawn has the chair again. Shawn has the chair again. He went for a chair shot, but he missed. Second time wasn't good enough. Bret takes a moment to posture. And Shawn whacks him in the face with a chair. Shawn whacks him in the face with a chair. He whacks the Hitman in the face with a steel chair. Why? Shawn hits him with the sweet chin music. That's gotta be why. That's gotta be why. He thought beating Bret Hart and getting him with a sweet chin music wasn't enough because he's done that a few times this matchup. He wanted to beat him and then whack him with a steel chair just to add insult to injury. Bret Hart takes him down. Shawn is in the sharpshooter again. Shawn is in the sharpshooter again. Shawn is in the sharpshooter again. And again, the Heartbreak Kid falls to the sharpshooter. This is making those two moments where the Heartbreak Kid got disqualified seem ever so costly. Excuse me. It seems ever so costly for the Heartbreak Kid. I don't know if you're still here, by the way, but I did realize I didn't say your name right, Leash. So I apologize. But HBK is up. 17-16. Shawn, it looked like Shawn was going for the super kick. So, I know you might not be here, but Leash! Shawn gets dropped with a pile driver. Is that enough? No! He pops out. But you know what comes next? Bret and the sharpshooter. If I was Shawn Michaels, I wouldn't even try. Bret Hart is now tied with Shawn Michaels, 17-17, with 12 minutes. We are at the 12-minute marker. The real question is, what happens if the time expires as Stun Gun takes down the Hitman? What happens if the time expires and it's still tied? A long fist drop that looked like Shawn didn't hit it. But actually he may have. He's now tuning up the band. For the sweet chin music. Bret Hart reversed him. Shawn looks pissed. Honestly, Shawn looks pissed that Bret Hart reversed him. I mean, that happened how many times with Finn Balor and Tyler Bate, where Finn Balor and Tyler Bate were fighting, and the match ended in a no contest or a draw because time expired. Shawn is on the ropes. He took too long. He went from one corner to the other, and he tried to do the elbow drop off the top to the outside, but he took too damn long. Atomic drop. They're back to the rumble of the announcer's table. They have hit every part of this arena in this matchup. They have hit every part of this arena in this matchup. And we still got 10 minutes to go as 50 minutes are about to elapse. And 10 minutes are left to go in this 60-minute Ironman match as we recreate history. The only difference between real life and this is it took 60-plus minutes, over 60 minutes, for Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels to get even one pinfall, not 17. But this is also a video game and not WrestleMania 12. Shawn went for the lariat. Bret Hart blocked it. Bret gets sent into the barricade. Shawn with a drop kick out as a rebound. Takes down the Hitman. Shawn. Pile driver on the outside on the Hitman. Pile driver on the outside on the Hitman. Bret Hart reversed him. Bret finally sends Shawn back into the ring. As this is the only place pinfalls can take place. This is not no holds barred, no count out. This is a normal Iron Man matchup. As Bret Hart is going for the sharpshooter once again, he steps through, puts it through, and the sharpshooter is locked in, and Shawn is falling victim again to the sharpshooter, as now 50 minutes have elapsed, and we have 9 minutes left to go in this 60-minute Iron Man match as we recreate the first Iron Man match in WWE history. Piledriver takes down the Heartbreak Kid, but Bret knows that Shawn is too close to the ropes, so he's pulling Shawn back. 1. Shawn kicks out. 9 minutes are about to elapse. We are about to pass the 9-minute mark, which means we are about to pass 51 minutes. So that means that we have under an hour left to go. As Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels are tied yet again. We are now 52 minutes elapsed, almost 52 minutes elapsed. Bret reverses him into the Northern Light. I don't know why Bret wouldn't go for the cover, but now that I look at it, maybe he didn't go for the cover because it would have been too close to the ropes. Rope break. Elbow off the top by the Hitman. Hitman goes for the cover that time. 1, 2. No! Shawn kicks out. Shawn kicks out. 52 minutes are about to elapse, and we are about to have 7 minutes left to go. Shawn is tuning up the band with 7 minutes left to go. 7:59. Bret falls to the sweet chin music. And Shawn Michaels is now up 19-18. Shawn Michaels is up 19-18 as 7 minutes and 40 seconds are about to pass on the clock. Bret with a running bulldog takes down the Heartbreak Kid. The undisputed Universal Champion Edge will also defend his championship against the leader of the rankings, which I believe to be Kevin Owens. As Bret Hart sits down, puts in the sharpshooter, and it's tied once again as we are about to elapse 52 minutes with 6 minutes left to go. This definitely would lead to a rope break had Shawn left it on. Shawn is trying to make Bret join the club. The Cut Club. Whatever Shawn was trying to do there, Bret blocked it instantaneously. Shawn, flying forearm, flying forearm, flying forearm. Shawn is tuning up the band again. Shawn is tuning up the band again. Sweet chin Music. 1, 2, 3. Sean is up 2019. Sean is up 2019. I took that opportunity to itch my nose, but Brett drops him with a pile driver. Brett drops him with a pile driver. Brett has the pinfall on Sean, and Sean kicks out. But you gotta know what's gonna follow it up. What we're gonna follow it up with. Brett, I'm sure, was looking for the sharpshooter. I am sure the Hitman was looking for the sharpshooter. Brett gets taken to the ropes. Sean still hasn't hit a suplex out of the corner. The last 2 times he's tried, Brett has reversed them. Is that what Sean is going for here? It sure looks that way. And finally, for the first time this match, Bret Hart gets dropped with a suplex from the top rope. Sean, he did the figure 4 on the outside, and now he's doing the figure 4 inside the ring as we elapse 5 minutes. We are now in the 4-minute realm. We are now 4 minutes to go. 55 minutes elapsed. 56 minutes are now in our window. Sean's got to stick to doing what he's been doing, because what he just tried to do, it didn't work. Sean went for a lariat to take Brett outside, like he has done, but Brett reversed him, stomped to the gut of Shawn Michaels from the Hitman. Sean reverses whatever Brett was going for there, likely another stomp to the gut. Sean sends Brett down, just creating some distance between him and the Hitman. And he sends him back the other way now. Sends him back the other way. Yes. I haven't turned the light on.
Oh yeah, I can't turn that light on. Oh, good for your eyes. So we managed to acquire some items that will tickle your fancy as you begin your 29th year on Earth.
Oh.
You want to know the can form or the bottle form first?
I guess can form.
Well, there's 2 different ones. White Claw vodka soda.
Okay.
And High Noon tequila.
Okay.
You don't seem excited. I figured you'd be excited.
I'm interested.
But it seemed like someone just told you daily shit on your floor.
I mean, what do you... I'm not...
And then there was also pineapple flavored White Claw vodka. White Claw has their own branded vodka as well. They have,
Okay.
I think, like 4 or 5 different flavors, like an original one and like 3 or 4 different flavors. But High Noon did go up again.
That's not good.
It's $18 now.
Yeesh.
The White Claw vodka soda was only $15 though.
That's not bad. Yeah.
I got an email with that this morning. You had a bigger reaction to that than anything I told you we bought. Fuck it. Where are you going? No. Oh, am I getting down now? Okay.
Oh, good.
Yup.
Yeah, good.
With what I was paying for bidding for on threes, I figured getting this where I got it made more sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Two minutes to go, and Bret Hart is now up 21-20. 2 minutes to go, and Bret Hart is now up 21-20. Sweet chin music from out of nowhere, but Bret Hart is too close to the ropes. Bret Hart is too close to the ropes. Sweet chin music from out of nowhere, but the Hitman was too close to the ropes. If I was HBK, I'd look for the sweet chin music again, because time is running out. Shawn Michaels got reversed. Bret Hart reverses the signature move. Bret Hart reverses the sweet chin, what looked to be. Bret reverses Shawn. Shawn reverses Bret. Back and forth we go. Bret reverses Shawn and bills him right into a pile driver. He bills him right into a pile driver. I mean, Shawn's face is covered in blood. My God. Bret, you gotta know what Bret's going for, and Shawn reversed it. Shawn reversed it. Shawn reversed it. Sweet chin music. He collapses on the Hitman. He collapses on the Hitman. And the three. Shawn Michaels ties it up with Bret Hart with 30 seconds to go. He ties it up with Bret Hart with 30 seconds to go. Shawn, I don't know why he's not going for another quick cover here, but the fact of the matter is these two are coming off the top rope with 15 seconds to go. They're going to be coming off the top rope. Shawn, he gets reversed again. He shouldn't have went for this. Bret with a big leg drop off the top rope. 7 seconds to go. 5, 4, no. Shawn kicked out, and it's a draw. 60 minutes gone, and it ends in a draw. This is one of those moments when I wished that the game would let you, do a continuation. When the game would let you do a continuation, but I can understand why they wouldn't. Because how are they supposed to let you do a continuation to the Ironman match? Actually, I may have to rework that. And actually, let's just fill up another match and we'll call it a day then. Because I got stuff actually popped up. As JD McDonough or Jordan Devlin goes against Johnny Gargano. Tornado DDT, springboard tornado DDT by Jordan Devlin. Devlin is was one of my featured stars last year, as was Johnny Gargano, and both these guys have fallen on, I don't want to say harder times, but have not really been my go-to guys anymore. With nobody really being my go-to except maybe Liv Morgan. But Johnny and JD will always be two of my favorites. As JD is pounding away on Johnny wrestling. Johnny goes to the outside. Or gets knocked to the outside by JD. JD gets reversed. Flatliner drops Devlin. Gargano sends him shoulder first, or it looked like shoulder, maybe head first into the apron. Johnny with a discus lariat, or a variation of the discus lariat, takes down Devlin. Johnny was waiting for him on one side. Devlin just screws with him and goes in on the other. Johnny, for his trouble, sends him back to the outside. Johnny with a big dropkick. Springboard missile dropkick off the top. Springboard missile dropkick off the top rope. Johnny reached for him, but Devlin got him first as Johnny gets set to the outside. Mounted punches by Devlin, taking it to Gargano. Johnny gets surprised with a right hand from Devlin. Devlin is attacking the arm. Mounted punches again by Devlin, taking out frustration that I'm sure he has. Jordan Devlin is somebody that I just peg as a man who loves inflicting pain on his opponents. Just by how he acts in the ring, I think he loves inflicting pain on his opponents. Devlin drops him. And Johnny kicks out just in the nick of time. That was way too close for Johnny Gargano. Johnny reverses. Sends him into the far corner. We know what comes next. Johnny, long dart. Long dart by Gargano. Long dart by Gargano. Gargano escape. Gargano escape. Gargano escape. Gargano escape. Gargano escape. Johnny. It would help if I paid attention to what button it was on then, because if I did, maybe I actually would have kept him in the submission a little bit longer, as opposed to letting him get out of it when he did. Because, well, I wasn't paying attention. Spin out, a variation of the Death Valley Driver, in my opinion. Devlin again attacking the arm of Gargano. Dropkick takes almost, I guess it grazed Jordan Devlin. That dropkick connected beautifully by Gargano. Gargano with a slight double foot stomp off the top. Forearm across the bridge of the nose, and Gargano gets a 2. Gargano with the Hurts donut. Hammer thrown into the corner by Gargano. Devlin returns to what he did earlier in the matchup, and that was the springboards. He's speeding up the process, and that seems to be working for him, as he's got back his signature move and drops him again with the nasty-looking suplex. The Devlin slide. Devlin has now got him. Devlin's got him. Ireland's call. Ireland's call. Ireland's call. Gargano kicks out like it's nothing. And Devlin, you could see the frustration on his face. Devlin is frustrated beyond belief. Running a Hurricane Rana by Gargano. Whatever Gargano was going for there, Devlin saw it coming and reversed him. He's just right hand, left hand, right hand, right hand. Gargano reversed him. Drop kick takes down Devlin. Gargano goes to the outside. Gargano goes to the outside. Up top he goes. Hurricane Rana. Gargano gets caught by Devlin. Gargano gets caught by Devlin. Blocked. Gargano sends Devlin into the corner. Long dart upcoming once again. Long dart upcoming once again. Right into the middle turnbuckle pad goes Jordan Devlin. Backbreaker, high angle backbreaker. Gargano wrestles him down, and it's time for the Gargano escape. It's time for the Gargano escape. Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano. He's losing him. Gargano's losing him. Gargano tries for it again. Devlin reverses him that time. Knife edge chop after knife edge chop. Super kicks to the gut. Drop kick. Gargano goes to the top rope. He goes to the high rank district. He nails the Hurricane Rana that time. He nails the Hurricane Rana that time out of the corner. And it's a 3. Gargano steals it from Jordan Devlin.
Here is your winner, Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano gets the victory. Johnny Gargano gets the victory over Jordan Devlin. Johnny Wrestling gets the victory over Jordan Devlin. Johnny Gargano gets the victory over Jordan Devlin and ends another hard-fought matchup. I think that is it for stream today. I do appreciate those who stopped in and hung out, whether you were here for 5 minutes or 10 or the entire stream. Either way, I appreciate it. And it's going to be a little bit before I stream on YouTube again, as I want to, I guess you could say I want to give a little bit more organization to the YouTube streams and maybe conduct it a little bit differently than just randomly, spontaneously doing the YouTube streams like I had done. So I think it's going to be a little bit before you see another YouTube stream. But I do appreciate those who spent time here and hung out. Thank you for spending time and hanging out. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a sub, because more content, most of the content, if not all the content on YouTube here at Wrestling Express is focused around wrestling of some kind, with the little outliers here and there. But either way, I do appreciate it.